Welcome back everyone to the Black Bell Model Series. This is episode 3. Today we're going to shed some more light onto the Black Bell concept itself, and we're also going to cover how to distinguish between a liquidity sweep, a liquidity run, and the pre-market high or lows creation versus it being run out. Further study on the Black Bell concept. The pre-market high or low can be created or swept at 9:29, 9:30, or 9:31. This triggers a purge and revert function that will move the market into the opposite end of the pre-market range. Around 35% of the time, it will displace in your favor, but ultimately fail to reach the extreme end of the pre-market range. However, this still allows for money to be made with intelligent position management. It is important that the pre-market high or low is created or swept at the key times. It must not be a stop run, for this does not trigger the same behavior at the open. This concept is my own discovery, known as the Black Bell. So what I just read to you, that is the Black Bell. If you see that, that is the Black Bell. It's not the Black Bell model. The model is how you trade it and how you're getting in sync with the move. The Black Bell itself is when the pre-market high or low is created or swept at 9:29, 9:30, or 9:31, aka the top paragraph. Identifying key differences of a sweep and a run. Now, I made the important distinction that in the previous paragraph, in the previous slide rather, if you're seeing a liquidity run, that is not a Black Bell, and it will not provide the same setup that we trade. It can provide a reversal pattern, or it will either trend in the same direction, or it will provide a reversal pattern. But it's not the Black Bell model. That's not how we trade it. So, what you're looking at here is a line chart, and you can see that I've delineated the pre-market range. Begins here at 7 o'clock, ends here at 9:30. This is our opening bell, which is the end of the pre-market range. Here is our pre-market high. You can see at 9:30, it runs up, takes out the pre-market high, and after it takes it out, it displaces above it, plus it does not trade back below it. It's lingering up here. Now there's going to be setups that you can take above the pre-market high. The problem isn't that it's above the pre-market high. You can still sell that generally, but if it's a liquidity run, then you can't. Now when we go down into the open high low close chart, this will make more sense. But you have to be able to distinguish between what is a liquidity sweep, what is a liquidity run. The best liquidity sweeps will leave a body slightly above the pre-market high, and then it will trade down, invert some kind of fair value gap, and then go back into the low end of the pre-market range. When it's a liquidity run, you're going to see it displace immediately at the open above the pre-market high. And then it's going to stay there for too long, and it's going to find support at that displacement. So the displacement that caused the run higher, it's going to find support, or some kind of high or low, like a breaker block or mitigation, from the pre-market range is going to support price, and it's going to dip back into it, at which point some people will attempt to sell because they think, okay, it's done the Black Bell concept, it's going to go lower now, and then it just finds support inside of an array within the pre-market range, and then it trades higher. If you're not understanding the difference between a liquidity sweep or a liquidity run, the rest of the video will of course aid with that, but it is an important distinction that you need to make, because if you're not making it, you're going to see a lot of false flags, and you're going to think that the Black Bell is in effect, when in reality it's not even in the chart at all. So this is an example of a run. This is the exact same chart from earlier, but in an open high low close candlestick format. So this is a liquidity run. You can see the pre-market range. We have pre-market relatively equal lows. At 9:30, what happens? It displaces all the way back up through the VSP and the pre-market high. Once it takes out this high, how does it perform? Like, how does it behave? I've taught this in the Silver Bullet Mentorship. You have to interpret the liquidity event. When price comes out and takes this high, it's a liquidity event because it's traded higher through time-based liquidity. So at this point, we have to observe the key behaviors in price. Is it going to be a sweep, or is it going to be a run? This down close candle would have tricked a lot of people into selling, because they would have seen price trade back up into this, and they would have sold. But what would have been the indication that that's not going to happen? Look at where the bodies are closing, and look at where the wicks are going. When this down close candle, after it's run through the pre-market high, it's left bodies above it. That itself is not the problem. The problem is that this displacement, once graded, we can see is providing support for the upper quadrant, or inside the upper quadrant for price, and it's not willing to trade lower. The black bell is an immediate displacement lower. It should happen quickly, not later on. That's not the model that we're trading. What we're trading is the first couple of minutes in price. When you see the black bell concept come into effect from that 929, 930, or 931 candle, and that pre-market high is swept or created, you have to see it give immediate displacement in your favor. This is a liquidity run, so there is nothing in here that we can deem tradable from the lens of a black bell model. Now you're seeing here this displacement through the pre-market high, and it creates an obvious fair value gap, a very large fair value gap. At what point would we consider this a liquidity sweep? Well, I would have preferred, in this scenario, more of a shallow run through the pre-market high. You never really want to see it trade all the way through and go way higher. You want to see it stay relatively close, maybe around this type of area. Can I give you a specific handle range? No, because the size of the pre-market range is always going to change. The size of the opening candle and the ranges that you're trading is always going to be different. If I say 10 handles right now, that's going to be different a month from now, when we're in different price conditions, under different news conditions, under different economic and geopolitical stuff. I can't give you a specific handle amount. You have to judge that yourself, and that is where the element of subjectivity and discretion does come into trading. Unfortunately, that's something that cannot be changed. It will always be there. That's why algorithms and EAs will never be able to trade like we can. They just will not be able to. So here it's spending all this time above that pre-market high. It's lingering above there with these two candles. And when it breaks down below it, what is it doing? It's finding support in the upper quadrant of that fair value gap. The wick trades down through it, which at one point this would have been a full-bodied down close candle and would have tricked someone. It would have tricked someone into selling. It's important that you're distinguishing though between the run and the sweep. Is it able to find a point of resistance, or is it going to find support? That's what you have to wait and observe. If you have something strong like an S&T, you don't even need to wait for that. You can just sell it at this high and use a reasonable stop loss, and the win rate versus the risk to reward alone, you're going to have a decent win rate, 50% or more, and you're going to have very good risk to reward with an S&T. This does not have an S&T. We're just looking at the sweep versus the run. Because this is a run on liquidity, there is no black bell here. It shouldn't, or it does not need to, based on the black bell concept, trade down into the pre-market relative equilibrium. That isn't a tendency or something that we should expect out of price right here, because it ran through the pre-market high. When you look at the difference in the examples that I shared with you in the previous videos versus this video, you're going to see how different a pre-market or a liquidity sweep versus a liquidity run is. The majority of you probably already know the difference, but because I'm teaching this model in a separate manner to the Silver Bullet Mentorship, I have to cover this stuff as well. So the wick trades down into this, it's doing damage here. This is a sign of strength, because we've got a large displacement, it wicks down into the fair value gap and then rejects, the body closes in the upper half. It's leaving the lower half open. That's a sign of strength, and that's a sign that it's not going to be willing to trade down into this yet until something else is breached in price. So like this type of buy-side liquidity. Tail slips this high, gives you this really nice bearish order block, trades up into it, and you see a run lower. This is also not the black bell. The black bell is within the first few minutes of price. Because it was a liquidity run, the idea of looking for a black bell has to completely go. You can't be looking for it anymore, because it's a run, it's not a sweep. So you wouldn't look for it there. Okay, moving on. What do I mean by the creation of the pre-market high or low? I said this in the very first point, and I said the pre-market high or low can be swept or created at 929, 930, or 931, and that triggers a black bell function. What does the creation of a pre-market high or low even mean? Well, at 929, this is the only minute you will ever see the creation of a pre-market high or low, because this is within the pre-market range. The pre-market range ends at 929, and 930 begins the New York AM session, the opening bell. If 929 is the pre-market low, as you can see here, this is the lowest low. This candle creates the lowest low inside of this 2.5 hour window. That means this is the pre-market low, and that still triggers the black bell function. So here we have a pull of sell side, 929. Well, temporarily this was the pre-market low from this entire range here. So these candles, it was all the pre-market low at this point. but then at 9:29, this 9:29 candle, it comes down, it takes out this sell side liquidity, and it creates the pre-market low. This is now the lowest low inside of that 7 o'clock to 9:30 time window. So that triggers a black belt function. And in this case, we see it trade higher, immediate displacement, immediate displacement, immediate displacement, takes out this high, trades into the SIBI, and then it rejects. Even though the black belt function is happening in price right here, it does give the immediate displacement, but it fails to trade up into the opposite end of the pre-market range. However, even this displacement is enough to make money, because how many times does it dig in really, really high to about 75% of the pre-market range? This is far enough that you need to have something come off here, plus the risk needs to get tighter. That is a form of position management, and we will do an entire separate video on that. However, this alone does present a good enough image of how you should be managing the position. It has to be fast. You have to be quick on your feet. You have to be on the ball and switched on when you're trading this model. That's the only sacrifice. The trader, that's you, is the one that's prone to make the mistakes. The model's going to be there. It will be there if the function of a black belt is happening. It will give you that displacement, and it's up to you to manage the position. Are you going to take partials, or are you going to be one of those who think they know it better and it's going to work for them? It may not work for everyone else, but you're the guy that doesn't need to take partials. No, you have to take the partials, and you have to manage the position correctly. Okay, that is going to mark the end of this video. A nice and short one. I thought I'd keep it short because it's a Monday. Plus, it's actually very easy to determine the difference between a liquidity sweep and a liquidity run when you go into your own charts and you do this for yourself. Your homework for today is to go into your own charts and identify the times the pre-market high or low was swept and compare it to the times the pre-market high or low was a run. And you're going to see that the black belt function is only present when the pre-market high or low is swept. If it's a liquidity run, it isn't there, and it's untradeable. You'll have to use a different model for the rest of the AM session, like the silver bullet. Thank you for listening. Hopefully this lecture was able to shed some light on the black belt concept itself, and hopefully aided you in distinguishing between a liquidity run versus a liquidity sweep. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.